Keep these videos, I guess, to around 5 minutes. I just started doing this, so I'm sure I'll get a better hang of it as I go along. So here's just continuing on. More buildings, more stuff. Here we can see the green. So this looks like old copper. I mean, is this just for water? This was just a water, drain. Because you could see how the copper has came off and is staining this. We'll see that in other places too. The whole, whatever was going on with all the use of copper is an interesting part of this whole mystery as far as these buildings go and the power and all these things we're investigating. The diamond, of course, it's always there somewhere. The circle, the wrought iron, the keystones, the arches, the sun, the rising or setting sun. Oh, what do you know? Another diamond. Diamond moving along its whatever this represents. Stripes. They'll talk about this. I think it has to do with their power, things that are giving off power or whatever it was doing. Gas. Another symbol. We see this everywhere, all over the world. Here, these bars, I mean, I guess you would just think it would just be there to kind of protect a car running into the building. That's what they say. We've seen many different versions of this. Maybe, maybe not. Um, we'll talk about it. Here's the kind of a different version of the coffin or boat shape. The acanthus leaf, or the leaf that we see everywhere. The falling fruit. The columns. This is another, I guess I wanted to show the checkerboard too. So there's a Masonic situation here. Oh, 33, that's convenient. I would say it's odd, but I guess it's not. This is a pretty interesting looking building. It has the stripes, you know. They all go down a level, below street level. I mean, it's almost every single building, especially the older ones. They all go down. This just drops down here. So as we talk about mud flood and the reset and different levels and digging out, I mean, I guess you can see evidence of that. I've seen a lot of these too, where it's two of them, two big old buildings with a lot of their fancy decorations increasing as you go up. So here's just another example of that. It's a facade. These aren't blocks of stone. It's just thin facing bricks, they call them, I think. Even up here, the brick is a facade. Nice and new and bright red. This looks like was the original. Another version, another shot of that. There it is. If you just looked at it from the front, you'd say, oh, wow, big, huge blocks. This is pretty serious. Also, the whole mud flood thing. A lot of the buildings are like this. You go up hills, they just disappear right into the hill. I don't know if that's how you'd build it. Maybe that is, And all the black, maybe it's just from buses, cars. I don't know. Here's a fancy one. So we're starting to get the idea of what these buildings look like. We have the columns. I want to talk about these things too. I want to get a better shot. It's like a plug or something. It's weird because it's all just plaster. It's strange. This guy's up here blowing something out. The spheres, we see those everywhere. The stripes. The stripes. The hanging fruit. See, here's what I'm left over, but talking about the leftover soot from a fire, whatever the hell happened, that covered all the buildings all over the world in a black layer of charcoal or just black, whatever it is. There's another boat, coffin, whatever it is. This I'm going to talk about in another specific video. Something very interesting about this mud flood mansion, you could call it. More stripes. They have different styles of the striping, which we'll see. Just going to go through that. I guess this is a synagogue, or that was turned into a synagogue. Who knows what it was, along with all these other buildings. A lot of symbols on this one. What does it say? Do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with thy God. Sounds nice. We see this often, at least in that area of the Upper West Side. We had designated a ruler, a person, whoever's hood that was. We don't know. The stripe across the circle. Or maybe it means something like obvious that I just didn't pay attention in history class. More of the leaf. We see this kind of angry leaf guy